Hello everyone, welcome back to Factorio. I am SeiferKatt and we are researching the forbidden ziggurat. Why? Because it tells me not to. And honestly, that's as good a reason to do something as any. So I've been thinking a little bit about a couple of things we need to make changes on sooner rather than later. Which we are going to start doing. The first thing I need to make a change is actually pants and trousers, pants is under the trousers. I mean, it doesn't bother me, like, you know, just wear one of them. Doesn't matter which one to me. I typically mean trousers, but, you know, if you don't want to wear trousers, I mean, what am I going to do? Pants I would refer to as trousers. If you really must know what I would consider pants, pants are trousers. But I don't care. So the forbidden ziggurat should take another... I reckon it's hour? Really? That doesn't sound right. Oh, because power crapped out. Okay. Yeah, so right now we're making the matter, basic matter and ghost crystals.
Quality?
That's going to take a little while.
Why not?
Yeah, we can increase quality. No problem. Thanks, Glacier. Couple of other things I would like to do is I would like to have a few more of these made up, so that way when we make stuff, we have more of it. So we're going to probably drain that a little bit, but that's okay. That will mean that we need more cerebral substrate now, but that's okay. That's just went like even more. Yeah, see, now it's going to be sad and go, oh, we need to, but cerebral substrate is really easy to make. The problem is it's just, when I want it, I want lots of it, and it just drains out, so I'd like to have lots of it. Okay, so, the next thing, today the plan is to make bosons and arcane engines. I don't know if we're going to make them in any real good supply. Also, another thing I'd like to do is probably increase the priority of this to 80. Now, priority of this is probably like 70 already. Priority of this is 90, okay. Because there's a bunch of things, but I would probably like to do that first. It does throw inserters? Oh yeah, it does. Okay, that's cool. And that's currently over here making all my crystals. Yep, ghost crystals are coming through. That's lovely to see. We're also making matter, and it looks like some of the matter is actually filled up. Excellent. Now, because I think we go through more of these, I think we're going to go a little bit longer. And once it's done, yeah, more ghost crystals. Love to see that. We just want to make sure that these ghost crystals have the best chance they can have at life. Power is going to be a little bit of a problem, but it's doing its best, and we have a fairly sizable backlog of haunted batteries. What a weird thing to say in this game, but that is also correct. Even with these 2 extra, it's still kind of struggling. We could always make another power supply, another power plant out of nuclear power, which is probably not the worst idea in the world. Okay, so what do we want here? There's a few questions we're asking. First off, deep core powder we don't really have any of, but that's okay. That's literally one of the problems that we're running into right now, but that's okay. It'll sort itself soon. So deep core powder, ectoplasm, and deep solution. Okay. The deep solution I think is pretty close by, which is nice. I might do like another few things of that. And ectoplasm is around here somewhere as well. What's that train doing? Ah, ghost crystals. Nice. So what does ectoplasm actually make? Ectoplasm's here and it's connected to haunted energy cells. Right, that's the only thing it makes thus far. That's fine. We will add more things to make out of it, I suppose. Excuse me. Ah, Will. Thank you. I have been truly blessed this day. Okay. And then we actually start infiltrating the belt, which I may have already done. I feel like I'm going to build these things. I feel like here is the ideal spot. We need cyclotrons, which take a while to charge. That's fine. And I would like to make the good one. Wait, I don't have the technology for the good one. How do we make the good one? Oh, and the dimension folding engine. Do I carry those? Do I make those? I do carry dimension folding engine. Okay, that's fine. It needs the cube. I mean, everything is needing the cube. Let's just be perfectly honest. Everything be needing the cube. So, we're going to worry first off about these things. We're not going to worry about the arcane engines immediately. And we're going to need more cyclotrons. So, for this, let's just start plugging things in. We need deep core powered ectoplasm deep solution. That's not a difficult thing to make. Oh, actually, I was building those down here, wasn't I? Well, I mean, if the train comes here and then just do, we bring it down, bring it back up. That would work, I suppose. Yeah, okay. Ignore that plan. We had a better plan last session, apparently. We're going to continue that plan. Time to get rid of some trees. Like they always say, trees never do anything for me in this game, so get rid of them. So this site will be for all my cube related activities. And of course we will have to go fast. By the true speedrunning rules. Gotta go fast. Because I am a speedrunner. Which I will never let anyone forget. Because of like a couple of speedruns I did, I am officially a speedrunner. And it counts, and I deserve the respect and the kudos. In that order. Okay, so it's going to go into there, so we're going to go like that. Then, we have to bring it back again, don't we? What I might do, bring it back, but also have a little wiggle here. That way, if there's ever a reason that I want to not do that, I don't have to. I would feel one of those going the wrong way. They're not. Okay. I couldn't help but feel it. We run down the last two. That's fine. So that'll get my cyclotrons going. And that'll cyclotron my... Oh, it's just deep core powder. You don't need anything else. Okay, well... That's easy. Deep core powder away! And that doesn't use up the cube, so what we actually want to do is probably not what we've done. Actually, we could do it like this. That's fine. And we rotate it. Ectoplasm, we don't have a plan for yet. That's okay. We will have a plan for it shortly. How long does it take to do this? 2 seconds crafting time. That being said, it will have to... It gets to spin for a while before anything major happens. So maybe that's okay. Okay. Why am I doing it that way? If I did it that way, it would almost be efficient. Almost efficiency is what I love in this base. Okay. Deep core powder is running out, we know that. We should almost have enough ghost crystals. We actually don't. I'm actually a little bit worried the power might be running out. I'm pretty sure the power has run out on this. Yeah, so that's... Yeah. So we've lost another 100 megawatts of power, so we're only on 128 megawatts of power right now. The base is on half power. That's not a great thing to have happen. But, you know what? Like, astronaut Abraham Lincoln always said, don't worry about it. And I like to believe astronaut Abraham Lincoln knew what he was talking about. I mean, he wouldn't have been astronaut Abraham Lincoln if he didn't, right? Honest astronaut Abe Lincoln. The most honest of astronauts. Must be charged before operation. Is it not charging already? I do not know. Alright, get out of here. Those bots, I tell ya. So cheeky. That's a cool sound. I don't know if you get locational sound on Twitch, but I certainly get locational sound here, and it was awesome. Sorry. It's just that sound, like, every now and then it's just a sound in the game that just, like, absolutely tickles me. You know, it's like the needed dispenser here thing in Team Fortress. I know it was annoying, but for some reason, needed dispenser here just sounded good. It also reminds you that you need a dispenser and where you need it. Yeah, specifically. I need a dispenser. Where? You ask? Yeah. Ah. Alright, we're going to put a Sherman tank in here of ectoplasm. Which should be more than enough for the time being. And we need the deep core solution, which I feel like the problem we're going to have with that is not having enough deep core solution. Might be very little I can do about that. Okay, deep core solution is coming from up here, I believe. Yeah. That actually works pretty well. Just put it in the same line as the ectoplasm. And we have a problem. That's fine. I would love some more Sherman tanks, but we are actually fresh out of them. And the car is parked in a place that I'm not entirely sure where that is. That's alright, I know where my Sherman tanks are, they're not far. Bin Ziggurat is due in an hour and 13 minutes. It'll be less than that. I'm almost certain. Once the ghost crystals start being completed, and they're close to it, it'll start clearing up. In fact, power usage is probably going down already. It's cute that I thought that. It's not really going down. I really do need more power supplies, I think. I don't want to build a nuclear reactor. They're dumb. No, they're not. I'll build a nuclear reactor at some point today, probably. It's not actually even that difficult, I believe. Yeah, it's pretty simple. Okay, so we do need to split these off a little bit, but that's okay. That's easily done. And that means there's unfortunately only one way, but that's okay. That will drain these tanks. Not much I can really do about that. Are we going with the anguish, by the way? Oh, we got plenty of despair and joy. Okay. That means this is even... Why is this turned on? What do you need? Oh, yeah, you need the deep solution, don't you? Well, actually... Station even requesting anything? Yeah, because it's requesting the deep solution. Okay, that does make sense. Not requiring despair or joy, just the deep solution. Which... Interestingly enough... D2 means it will work. Okay. We're getting closer and closer to... back to normal. If we had more power, then this would go a lot faster, I imagine. But, funny fact about that, we don't. But now what we need is the cube itself. And that'll make my bosons and my fermions. So I suppose the answer is now where are we doing with the bosons and the fermions? Which the answer may surprise you. We're just going to output them. Then we are going to split them. No, we don't split them first. We condense them into one lane. Then we split them. Alright. How are we feeling? Good so far. Then, for now, I'm going to just assume we have the right number of bosons and fermions. We don't. I can tell you that right now. We do not. But it sounds like a good idea. Okay. I think the next part of this is we need some mausoleums, okay. Okay, are you almost done there? Yeah, it looks like they're starting to turn them in. I mean, that makes how many crystals each time? 100. And as we slowly start building them, power should be coming right. Not perfect by any means, but it's certainly trying to. We have 14 of the crystals back home. Only 2 of them are actually making things anymore. Soon to be only 1 of them. And also as power comes a little bit more right, that will be okay. Yeah, only 1 of them's running now. Means we do actually have enough power somehow. How's production going up so much? Why is production of power increased? I don't know. Alright. So my bosons and fermions go into there. We're going to need some more mausoleums. Then we start playing a new game. Which is, do we have too many mausoleums? Do we have... Sorry, do we have too many bosons? Do we have too many fermions? No, I think the first game is actually different. First game is a much simpler game. Do we have the dimension folding engine? We do. Dimension folding engine asks a few questions. First question is simple. Do we have enough bosons? Do we have enough fermions? No, that's not the next question to ask. The first question is, do we have a balance of bosons and fermions? So, decider comes here. We go connect those together, and we ask 2 questions. Bosons. We might need some maths actually here. I don't remember which ones are which. Those are bosons, so bosons are the side. Cool. Boson plus... How many do we need for this? 60. No, actually, hang on. Come on, maths. You can do this. Fermions times 2. Equals F. Okay. So the question here is, do we have... The first question is, do we have enough fermions? So, if F is less than bosons, output check. So F is fermions times 2. So if we have 200 fermions and 160 bosons, it goes, that's too many. That doesn't seem like enough, quite frankly. Well... It gets worse every time you have that go up, so maybe that is fine. Okay, then we go, okay, we've got too many fermions in that case, so we need to reduce fermions by getting deep core crystals and the cyclotron. So. But what we're going to do instead here is have... But those are one out further, good. And if those are checked... So this turns fermions into bosons. Yes. They should also be checked. And then we will output my bosons. I am hating saying fermion boson and all these other words. These words are sounding ridiculous every time I say them. We'll just do it that way. There we go. And then we got these boson the clown. Exactly. Exactly. And then we go output the deep core powder. Use filters. Yes, please, sir. We should be having power here. That. Why are we not getting power? Maybe it's just charging. Cyclotron. Named after that Yendra Nath Bose? What? Maybe we're not carefully charging enough. Oh. Oh, it's... Oh. Oh. There's a specific charge core. That's interesting. I've never seen something that have two power things. It's got a cyclotron and then it's got the cyclotron charge core. Fermions are named after Enrico Fermi. Oh, bosons are named after them. Okay, I thought you meant Boson the Clown, and I wasn't quite getting the reference there. Okay. Oh. I did not know that. And quarks are named after everyone's favorite character in Star Trek Deep Space Nine. I know that's not true. You don't need to confirm that. But we all know it's true. Okay, that should be... The problem we're going to run into very soon is not having enough deep core stuff. Is probably going to stop being a problem one day. But not yet. The Forbidden Ziggurat is doing much better. It'll be done in 5 minutes or so. Very pleased about that. And we need to grab a lot of things actually. Maybe some mausoleums? Two of those is always good. I don't think we ever need storage tanks anymore. Storage tanks seem lame. Okay, there goes that to go make my deep solution. Which... I'm not really gonna make that much deep solution. That'll make enough. Ziggy Stardust? Yeah, hell yeah. The rise and or fall of Ziggy Stardust, am I right? Deep dip solution. Does it just go fast? I know enough about that to know the solution of deep dip does not go fast. Quite the opposite sometimes. But also, I like being ignorant, so maybe that is the solution. Ignorance is fun, as they say. Okay, we're making some ghosts. Unless you're Virtual. That's true. Okay, we do need quite a bit of ectoplasm, so this could take a little while. How much ectoplasm does this make each time? 200. Yeah, we what, put another tank for another 200,000 somewhere? We did. But it's not forced to do it. It's just a recommendation. We highly suggest you allow us some more cool stuff. But we can't force you to do it. He's running a Red Bull sponsored competition these days, is he? That's pretty funny. Hope it does well for him. Very cool maps. Good on him. No, actually we can find a home for that. Mystery Furnace, I don't really want those. There's something I actually came here to put in there, which is that. Okay. We need some more cyclotrons and we need some more of those, how many dimension folding engines do we need? Not rightly sure. Cyclotrons. Yeah, cyclotrons. They are for cycling. Probably. Still trying to make a bunch of ghosts. Ectoplasm is good, it's going up. We have plenty of despair. How are we doing for tendrils? Tendrils are doing okay. Power, doing fine. Mostly synthesizers, that does make sense. What is that? Oh, we don't need more of those. Zia Newland. New Zealand, I see. You've basically just made a Star Wars character there. That's the rule of Star Wars characters, remember? You take a normal sounding name and just swap the first letters around of the word. It's meant to be food specifically that you do that with, but I suppose it could work with anything. Is that the cyclotrons? No. Where are the cyclotrons? Cyclotrons are down there. Oh, okay. Okay, we have the Forbidden Ziggurat. That has opened up new technologies. Really didn't. So Forbidden Ziggurat, you may want to avoid this one. This is giving me one new thing, which is building the Forbidden Ziggurat. It used to be cool. It's still cool. Well, no, hang on. Was Star Wars ever actually cool? Can-do attitude. Increases the speed in which you can put buildings into your pockets. That's funny. That's way better. Would you rather be Team Steelax or Team Can-do attitude? This is my question to you. You know what? If I was ever starting my group of Factorio players and streamers and the like, Team Can-do attitude. Praise to Steelax. No. Can-do attitude, Odaba. We have a questionnaire you must answer. And it is just, do you have a can-do, gosh, I got tricked already. Can-do attitude. If yes, you may join. Also, do you stream Factorio? That's probably important too, I guess. A candy attitude. You have a candy-ass attitude. Anti-Elites was the first Twitch streamer you followed. Well, did he have a can-do attitude? No. That tells you the problem though, doesn't it? Andy's a nice guy. I'm not saying he's not a nice guy. I'm just saying team can-do attitude? Not really. I'm not starting a war. Starting a nuclear war at the gay bar. But I might if you give me the opportunity. Okay. He's the reason you joined Twitch. Well, that's good. I guess even if he's not part of Team Can-Do attitude, he's still a good dude. So found I'm using reference to SeiferKatt. I mean, it's not a song I know particularly well, but I do know of that song. Goes to the left, right? You know what? Wait, do these filter? They do filter! There we go. Why worry about it if you could just do this? Sort his own problem out. He doesn't know much about the game. Inserters go to the right, right? I don't know. You got slaughtered in Factorio Jeopardy. I mean... Yeah? Jeopardy's not even a real game. Okay. The real mistake I've made is thinking that should go there. Jeopardy is just a trick. Much like Geppetto is a trick. Play a game you don't know in a language you learn second or third. No, I refuse on the basis that I can't... I don't know other languages. Wasn't that part of the problem? Like, the questions were like... I haven't really looked at that video. But one of the questions was like, what is this thing called? And he's like, I only know it in a different language. Which kind of defeats the purpose of the question. Like, that's not fair. And I'm all for fairness in quiz question. Which you may not know about me, but it is true. We're gonna run out of anguish at this rate. Oh no, we've got plenty to spare. Other questions were like, what recipe has these 3 ingredients? Okay. I never looked at those questions because I was like, someone said, will you answer those questions on stream? And I said, sure. And I was thinking someone was going to like throw the questions at me at some point, and they never did, so I never watched it. I never got my cyclotron, so I probably should go get that. We have 3 cyclotrons. 3 might be enough, honestly. Okay, so that's bosons turning to fermions. Or other way around, fermions turning into bosons, I think. That's fermions turning into bosons, okay. So then we want bosons turning to fermions. And then finally... we want to actually make the things. There's a bit more room. Go. Almost realize I probably should have come from here rather than there, but whatever. You know what? Why not? We're supposed to, it's what we're supposed to be doing. There's explosives in there. Why was there explosives in my crystal? It's a very concerning question, actually. The crystals wanted to go out with a boom. I mean, I suppose it's a reasonable answer, but they still shouldn't have been in there. It almost sounds like a punchline joke. A boom is quite long, and it usually listens. You know what? I always like it in movies where you can see the boom. I know you're not supposed to. I know it's the whole purpose of not being able to see it. But it always makes me happy because it's like someone stuffed up their job. It was like their only job and they stuffed it up, and that pleases me. Probably wasn't their only job. You'd go out with a boom. They're fluffy. I think. We also need uranium-235, which I do not have currently. How do I make nuclear fuel out of curiosity? Fuel cells specifically. I need to use the cube for it. Of course I do. You know what? Maybe that works. Maybe I bring the cube down here for that too. Maybe that's okay. So, what's the dealio here? Dealio is that we have cube wishes to travel. It does. Doesn't make me happy about the situation though. Okay, so the dealio is we have more bosons than fermions. That's probably more likely to happen. Can I multiply point? Does that work? No, I still can't do that. Okay. It's fine. So if I have like... What if I just do the same thing? Except that. Fermion. Okay, and then that connects. They're all connected, that's fine. They're allowed to be all connected. The ones I don't want to be connected are these ones. Yeah, that's probably fine. That's gonna start charging that. Yes, it will. Then finally, with the dimension folding engine, how many things do I need for the ziggurat out of curiosity? I need 400. A surprisingly large amount. Oh god. I can't put them there. That's literally through the bus. What does power look like at this stage of the game? I have Stygian energy labs using hell energy, and I could also use nuclear power. I don't know if I've missed another type of power. I probably have, but that's what I have. Yeah, hell energy. I'm using haunted power sources using ghost crystals, and I'm making hell energy. I'm making void wind specifically. I'm using the void wind to make power. Look, no game, anything has ever happened wrong in a game where they used hell energy. I can't think of a single game where anything wrong happened in this chain of production. And if you think I'm wrong, feel free to name a single game where that happened. Why is everyone saying Doom 2016? Not worse than putting bite your eggs in a recycler. I suppose that's true. Okay, so this is kind of annoying, actually. Do I have boilers? Jump in! Jump in! Everybody! Jump in! Jump in! Some Korean words!
RIP and tear until it is done.
RIP and tear! RIP and tear! Rip and tear until it is done. Damn right. Solbert, thank you so much for the 35 months. Wow, we're coming up to 3 years, buddy. Meow 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 meow. RIP and tear until it is done. That's very funny. It's very cute. It tried its best. It's trying, okay. Okay, so we've got power of some description. How does Coverix work again? Does Coverix work? Has Coverix redemption? Coverix enrichment still needs the 234. Oh, that's fun. So not only do we need a lot of 235, we also need 1 234. Which we haven't got any yet because it's so rare. That's an annoying problem. Thank you. I'd like to admit that I count on my fingers. You know, if we put a line through here, did a little bit of a train junction around there, we could probably actually have a circular network. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea to consider. Actually, while I'm considering it, why don't I just research the tech where I can actually do that? I do not have enough trains lines for this. That's fine. I'll get some more rail. I've made this mistake before, where it swaps around and it breaks everything. I don't know if I want to do this mistake again. But I don't know how to fix it. The fixers don't have double-ended trains doing exactly what they're about to do. Because the second it goes for fuel, it'll break. Keep going. I'll have to make some more deep core stuff, I suppose. It hasn't actually made what I needed to make. I mean, the real way to make sure this works is to actually have the single-headed train, which I don't particularly like. There's two options: single-headed train or trains that do exactly what they should be doing in the first place. Or filters. Filters is probably the easier way to do this. Filters. Filters all the way. Oh no, it's off making meta stuff. I love meta stuff. We should be almost at a position where we can go and get those deep core metals. If I can find where my thing was, there it is. Once we get the meta replication gel, we should be good for it. And it makes that pretty quickly, honestly. Oh, while we're here, we'll grab some fast loaders. Do you want anything that I hold? You did. Nice. Do you want anything that I hold? You did. Great. Want anything? Great. I'm just delivering crap to the needy. Hey kids, you want any of my random shit? Things you're not allowed to say in schools. Don't ask me how I know this. Do like the Krusty Clown laugh. Hey kids, you want any random shit? Okay, rails, that's right. They're up here somewhere. There they are. Oh hey, it looks like we're actually missing a particular... We're missing these research packs, which I think... Probably because I lack metal. Yep. Metal is going to become a problem very soon, and it's not even the thing that I'm going to be requesting next. Which is very funny. Okay, can I put this on the train, please? I still technically cannot. It needs one more go. Wait. The cube just escaped me again, didn't it? Alright. I need to go sort out some metals. A plus note, if I put the train up here... Not the train, the cube up here, I anticipate it probably going to go get the deep core metals next. Not the thing I need for science, of course, but it's still something I need. I need it for coal, which I need for oil? I imagine we're probably running low on coal. Yeah, we're running 0 on coal. Gelatinous tar is doing fine. It has stopped where I wanted to stop. Great. We are coming to the day where I'm going to need to get another one of these going. But we're fine for the moment. It'll be good to get that train going again. Right, if it gets to 12,000 it stops. That might be the problem, it's only looking at those numbers. Because already it's actually at 12,000. And now it's going to call it for as a day. I don't know where it's going to go next, but I'm going to go to the wait station, that's fine. Then probably go... That's fun. Then I think it's going to go make metal. Yep. You know what? I love interrupts. They work so well. I don't know if I'm using interrupts to their full capacity, but I do use them. And they are good. Alright, so the next thing I was wondering is how to get nuclear fuel done, and it wasn't actually that difficult. If I can get some more... you know what I'm talking about. Spins hand wilder. What are they actually called? Centrifuges. We get some more centrifuges, that'd be centrifuge. The metal and the deep core metals are going to help out a lot. In a lot of different ways. Because we did desperately need more deep core powder. Yeah, we desperately needed the deep core powder, and we desperately needed the coal. So those two coming through is going to be so beneficial. The only problem is I don't know how much... we've got probably a couple of trains full. That's about it, though. I would have liked that to be there for just a little bit longer on hindsight. I will see what I can do on that when I go back there. On a plus note, the metal should be coming through fairly soon.
Jump in! Jump in! Everybody! Jump in! Jump in! Some Korean words!
Meow.
Meow! Tara, thank you so much for the 37 months. Yeah, that's over 3 years. Meow meow meow. 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 Oh shit. Meow meow meow. Meow meow meow. We're gonna go over if we have to. Meow meow meow. Meow meow meow. Thank you. Thank you so much for the 37 months. Okay, let's get that train station going. I think that was over. You count 37? Thank you. You know what? I've kind of turned this into a curse for others as well. Make other people count meows. How many times does SeiferKatt do a dumb thing? 37. That is correct. That's something I expect from Team Can Do attitude. Find uranium drop. Find a train that's got some fuel. Excuse me, train, I'm just gonna yank your fuel, if you know what I mean. Okay. I thought the cube cam wasn't gonna let me. Turns out it had no choice. Empty cargo. Go. And we put the interrupt in, refuel 1 to 2. And we go like that. And like that. And you can go refuel now. I'll see you in a minute. Is the train coming through? Or is this just not signaled properly? The answer may surprise you. The answer also may not surprise you. If you've been here for any length of time, the answer will probably not surprise you. Okay. Okay. So what I will do is this. Just empty it. I don't really care that much. Connect that to that. And then finally connect that to that. Cool. So, uranium 235, if we have less than, say, 50, I would like some. Or, if we have uranium 236, 238, sorry, less than 200, I'd like some. And say it's enable disable if, there's one. Oh. Then we go use filters, uranium 235. Use filter uranium 238. Cool. So those two now join together. Love that. Those two now join together, which is great. And then they do that. That seems overly engineered. That's fine. Man, if only we had a train that would get us our resources closer to where we needed them, huh? That would have been wonderful. Okay. So. I think that was optimistic. So that's the cube line on the bottom, and then we got bosons and fermions in some sort of pattern that is acceptable. I could not tell you what that pattern is, just that the pattern does exist. And what we are going to do also, I want 3 of these. Go to maybe 3 seems acceptable. Each one needs a way to tire out the cube. We've got to tucker out that cube. Best way to tucker it out is to make it make steam. Is there another way to tucker out the cube, actually? Making steam's the easiest way. I think we just make steam. Near water, it shouldn't be a problem. Our combinator will push all 234 from one container and all 235 from the first, which causes deadlock if the usage is not even. Right, I see what you mean. I think it'll be okay because the station itself turns off. I do understand what you mean. Yeah, that's true. Could very well cause a problem. But I'm going to go on the school of it's probably fine. You know what? We're going to do 2 things. We're going to do one of these dumbass things. So. Still, you know what? Get rid of those. This is just confusing me. We need a boiler probably on the side, which we have 3 of. We don't actually need that. I think we do, but we don't. So, boiler. Say like this. Right? We will worry about what to do with all the steam later. But now, that's the plan. Go, carry on. The train's going off somewhere. I don't know what it's making now. It looks like it's returned to the main base. That's cool. Then we go like this, and we have 2 inserters. Each of them base of what they see. Then we do need to worry about rare earth materials and uranium-238. I am not worried about that at the moment, but we will need to worry about that. Now this side is purples, bosons. Got it. Outside is fermions. Fermion is less than 200. By that logic, the other one is bosons is less than 360. $320. Not that it matters much. Okay. And we're going to do that. Then we shall do something like this. Which will make the next one. Cool. So that'll make 3 of those. Then finally what I would like to do is then it ejects the cube, aka also known as Happy Cube, the happiest cube known to man. We will put as faster belts because the Happy Cube Gabe deserves the fastest of belts at all times. You don't need to be like that for now. You can just be like that. Okay. We do need water, but the funny thing is I built this next to water, which, despite what it sounds like, was kind of the plan. Oops. Okay, so now they have water. We got nothing to do with the steam yet, but don't worry, that's coming. Oh, we can make fuel out of the faint ultradense constituent. Neat. What is the cube up to these days? He's up here somewhere. What's Gabe up to? Ah, Gabe's making some tar, is he? Oh yeah, we had no tar. That's fine, we've got a lot of coal. And that means it's probably getting through that wood. Let it go! And we probably have lots... That's probably run out actually. Yeah, it has. I got excited thinking it would be full, but no, of course it wouldn't be. But it'll go back there soon. We need to still make some changes over there anyway, so... Okay, that's all powered up. Okay, so now the way we get it over here is a little bit strange. I think we do the same thing with the rare earth materials and the uranium, honestly. Do we have any steam engines? We do. Wonderful. First off, big tank. Never go wrong with a big tank. Actually, no, hang on. Before we start worrying about that, how are we actually getting the singularity calibration data out of here? Didn't have a plan for that, did I? Now I do. Go. Okay. Build is actually quite nice. Will it work? Yeah, as well as in my other builds, I suppose. That's the uranium coming through, isn't it? Yes. Now, the uranium-235... to be... And that's got everything it needs. That's good. It outputs nothing particularly dangerous. That's good. Then we need the uranium-238 and rare metal. Okay, rare earth metals, where they be. Yo dog, where your rare earth metals at? Somewhere in here. It's the third one of the second row, okay. I'm sure that won't be wrong somewhere. I hope that still works. I really don't know. Because what we're trying to do is build this. Now the good news is most of what we need we have. Just the singularity calibration data we're making and the arcane drive units. Once we have that, we have the forbidden ziggurat. If we insist. I don't know what that means yet. My hair is all pointy uppy. I don't know what's up with that either. But honestly, I'm making a beeline for the clandestine construction project because it told me to. Or specifically told me not to. And I don't really follow instructions. If it's forbidden, of course I don't know. I mean, that does make sense. You know what? I need to have a can-do attitude. I can't join team can-do attitude without can-do attitude. I really wish long-handled inserters could have a filter. These are called filter inserters, but I've never built one. Oh, that's making some deep core solution. I'm happy to see that. Or deep solution, rather. I'm 12 and this is deep solution. Does this care about deep solution? No. Oh. I didn't really want it to. Okay. I'm not going to have it there. I'm going to have it go a little bit further along. Like that. Oh yeah, that's fine. That's a normal sound that humans make. Okay. How much do you want to see in there? You want to see 20, so that means we want to see 40. And then you want to see 2,000. Two thousand is a much bigger number than I anticipated. We're going back to the original plan. Going back to plan A. Plan A is very similar to plan B. Okay. Is less than 4,000. Okay. Pretty happy with that. Good fix. We'll put a power pole next to that, I think might be cool. Only problem is power poles do not fit there. That's okay. We'll figure it out. By that, just build 2 power poles. Ain't no one ever been harmed by 2 power poles. Sorry, I'll be back in a second. Sorry about that, everyone. I just realized it was raining. I just want to make sure Panda was okay. As she's walking outside. She was okay. On hindsight, of course she was okay. If she had any problems, she would just come inside. She's a cat after... Well, she's a panda, actually. But, you know. Cats, pandas, they're the same animal as far as I'm concerned. Wait, why didn't you go? Because you need more cerebrals. It's like, it's so funny, it takes so long to get there. By the time it's there, it's like, ah, actually we needed something else. Sure you did. Okay, you know what we're actually going to do? I'm going to build a solemn receptacle to just start building these. Like, let's just claim these. It gets there eventually. Hey, it made one. Okay, so I assume that's just going to keep working. I'm not going to question it. If I just come back more than 130, then I know I'm a genius. And I'm a programming genius. A genius and a programming genius. And also, number 2 sexiest Factorio streamer, which I already knew. That's a claim I've made for a while because it's the truth. Oh, you're making some cerebral substrate, are you? Carry on, my dude. Cube is dreaming currently. Jousting sticks. It's dreaming. I don't know if anyone took my advice of watching the castle the other day. What's the cube doing? It looks like it's bouncing that machine over and over. It is actually. That's what it's supposed to be doing. So the idea is the cube is currently dormant. So when it gets taken out of the machine, when it stops dreaming, it gets taken out. And if I need more dream fluid, it gets put back in again. When I have enough dream fluid, it'll get taken out. So it's just building a backlog of dream fluid. Or cerebral substrate, as it's actually called. That's, strangely enough, exactly what I wanted to be doing. We're fine for metal? No, metal we are short on again. God, we don't ever have enough metal, do we? Always something. Okay, we've got can-do attitude. What are the milestones? I guess the next milestone is complete annihilation card, which we still haven't researched yet. I imagine the forbidden ziggurat will give us that. How many hours are we at on this save? 40 hours? That's not bad. Yeah, it's doing stuff. I like to watch it sometimes. I just like to stand outside and watch it. That's fine. Okay, and that should get 3 of these done. Now, there is another question that these need to be asked, which is quite simple. We are going to do a decider on all 3 of these. Directly below it, because that way it's very easy to tell what you're doing. And we're going to go, okay, green. In this, we ask, how many shitty uraniums do we have? We ask, how many metal we have. We ask how much fermions do we have. And finally, how many bosons do we have? No, what? We've gone onto map by mistake. Oh shit. Okay, we're okay. Bosons. Bosons. Do we have greater than or equal? Now these are 2,000. I know you want 2,000 of those. 160 bosons. We want 100 of those. And we want what? 20? 20 of those. If that is all correct, we output S for spin. Excellent. Then we come over here. And we put that into yeah, which it can't actually fit. I'm on wire. Stop being lazy. Okay. If S, spin, not stack size, equals 3, then I want you to grab it. Oh, it's making deep core metals. Nice. I love that. Lord knows I need them. And then hopefully it goes and makes some regular metal after that. And then, funnily enough, I think this is done. So... Cool. Just need to get that metal connected. There it goes. I don't know how much we've got in there. Not much. Yeah, that's what I thought. Got a huge backlog in there. You know what I would like? I would like a mod where you can just see every player in their own little cube cam. And then one person has to play like Ender's Game and just control everyone. Like as a multiplayer mod. Except not me, because then it would be like constantly, Seif, what are you doing? Working? No, Seif. You're just building like weird shit. Stop it. But okay. Oh, Ender's Game. What a great book you were. Shame about your author. Shame about the other books in your series, too. A lot of shame about Ender's Game series. What a shame. Okay, good. You don't have to tell me that? No, you don't. I am aware. I am cursed with the burden. I am burdened with the knowledge. Okie dokie. So, what I would like to do is probably start connecting these. I like that. It's almost like the, ooh, should we tell him? moment. Don't worry. I'm already disappointed. I'm still disappointed about the whole Darkest Dungeon narrator thing. Like, I had no idea how to deal with that. It's like, he's dead. Ah, I'm sad because his work was amazing. Also, kind of a jerk. Ah, I don't know how to feel about this anymore. Okay. Apparently he stopped after he got told what he was doing. The Darkest Dungeon guy? But he still did it. You know what? Okay. If he stopped when he did it, like after he did it, the question is, did he keep the tweet up? If he did this, then okay. But if he took the tweet down after told, hey, that's not great, you don't know, that's fine. This is more not really just for the general person. Honestly, I don't really care that much. I've managed to put this in my mind in a way that I can rationalize with it now. But in my mind, people can do and say horrible things. Right? He's dead. Don't worry about it. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm sort of saying. But I think everyone should be allowed to make a mistake. Yeah, I know like, it's not great when they make mistakes, but Lord knows I've said some things that I don't agree with now. Thankfully I didn't tweet them. But, you know, I know that I've said some things that are objectionable, and I wish that I hadn't said them. But I got away with it because I didn't tweet about it. It doesn't mean what I said was right. No, of course not. But at the same time, people are allowed to learn. And sometimes learning means saying some real dumbass shit. And I think to some degree we have to accept that that is how people are going to learn. And of course, again, I don't know the situation in general. I'm just saying, from if that information be true, then this is where I sit with it. Should people have thought about it first? Of course they should have, but people don't really consider the harm they do when they talk about these sorts of things sometimes. How could you? And so let's just sort of assume that maybe it was not... Oh, we know it was not great, but maybe people can learn. And let's hope people can learn. If people can't learn, then we're all kind of doomed. And I think people, some degree, do get should get forgiveness for the dumb shit they've said. Again, not everyone. Because I just believe everyone deserves a second chance. Now, a fifth chance is when we're pushing it. Maybe even a third chance. You know, where they thought they'd learned, but they hadn't quite understood. I don't know. Maybe I'm just too trusting. Maybe I live in a nice little bubble, but... I love this. It's just why I like conveyor belts all over the gosh darn place. And you're allowed to disagree with me on this, of course. I'm not going to force anyone to come to my beliefs on this. Maybe what has been said by someone, and again, I'm not saying about any one particular person here, I'm just saying in general, maybe what's been said by someone has hurt you and them learning is not enough. And to that I say you're absolutely welcome to that opinion. I'm certainly not going to like go against you because the way you've been hurt is unacceptable and you cannot forgive. Sure, you don't have to forgive. And hell, I'm more than welcome to be like, this was my view, I've got this view, and then be like, except this person, fuck that guy. Excuse my language. You know, we're allowed to have different views, and our views are allowed to be paradoxical or contradictory, and that's okay. I don't know, as I said, maybe I'm looking at it, maybe I'm being too, what's the word? Forgiving. And if I am, I mean, then I'm being too forgiving. Still haven't got a single one of those things. Oof. Oh, here comes the metal. That's pretty cool. Gonna take a little while, of course, but that's okay. I mean, I'm happy when those things are going. I almost want to, like, fix this, though. I don't know if it's a particularly useful thing to do right now. Oh, the car's miles away. Oh, it's got 270. It's still making them, it looks like. Or 210, rather. Important question. Yes, Glacier. I'll take your important question. Am I enjoying loaders? Kinda. I mean, yeah, I am actually. Let's not kink shame here. I am enjoying loaders, but I would not install them unless the mod had them already. I mean, I am enjoying them, okay? But I'm not going to install them in every game I play. I think they're very handy, and I think they do sort of break the game. Exactly. But do they, though? They just minimize one part of the game. But I don't think it's a... Like, you know, you can complain about loaders, but let's be honest. Like, Satisfactory, all you have is loaders. Some games are only loaders. And in that way, is that game wrong? And it's like, no, not really. It's just a different game. So I would never probably go out of my way to install loaders into a mod pack or whatever I'm running. But I think the difference in this game is the game says, okay, now we want 4,000 things into here. I mean, Do we need 4,000 things? Not really, but that's what the game mod has required. And the game mod saying also loaders are here, I get that. And I respect that to some degree. Yeah, 4,000 things in and 500 out per second. Yeah, exactly. That's like, well... We're going to double that. It's 24,000. I love being able to write 24K. That's just so much better. Is that actually correct? X size 50, 120... times 50 times 7? 42,000. Yeah, 30k. We're gonna go make the explosive metals, are we? I mean, this recipe is 6,000 raw rare earth metals in and 2,000 out in 4 seconds. That's ridiculous. Now, loaders, you know, I haven't done loaders here, but if someone did, I wouldn't be like having a go at them because those numbers are stupid. You know, so that is what? 6,000 divided by 4, 1,250 per second. Stupid. Not even loaders go fast enough for that. I mean, I'm very happy to get that metal though. 2,000 extra metal per thing. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16,000 metal in each one of these. Yeah, that's like a full train's worth after exploding that metal. Pretty good. Blue belt is 2,700 items per minute. Have I considered speed modding the furnace? No, because the problem isn't the speed of the furnaces. The problem is the throughput of the cube. That's usually the problem. The cube is the problem, not the furnaces themselves. Okay, my light just blinked. That's always fun. I don't know why I'm researching ultra-fast logistics. Actually, yes I do. If I can put this part into ultra-fast logistics, this actually speeds up a few things. Doesn't extra speed increase throughput? Not of the cube. I mean, I suppose it would probably be best in things like where the cube goes in and out rather rapidly. So for instance, the part with the place where the cube dreams. that would be a good place actually. Because we're never really delayed, but like, here's another space that'd probably be good. And this place would also be a good place to speed up the cube, because that cube is just coming and going real quick. I can speed up its charge as well. No, it doesn't even need to charge, does it? Because the cube's already done it, that part. Okay, let's go get some train shit. Train shit. I like Lacey Wolf that you asked an important question, given the fact that I was just having like a big conversation about like what it means to forgive someone in this modern world of technology. And you're like, important question. I'm like, oh boy, I don't know what's about to be said here, but I'm sure I'm about to be cancelled. And I was like, oh no, it's a legitimate question. Are you enjoying loaders? That's the thing that gets me cancelled. Enjoying loaders. He's not a real Factorio player. He's just playing a 2D Satisfactory. Honestly, that's probably a thing that would improve Satisfactory. I kid, of course. Satisfactory is okay. It's just also not really a game for me. The problem is, it's not Factorio. That's always the problem with games. Games should always be Factorio. I have become the guy that came into Dick Smith when I worked there, who insisted that EVE Online was the best game, and there was no reason to make any other video games because EVE Online already exists. I have become that guy. Which is not the worst guy to become in my ramblings through life. You know, at least I'm not pencil dick or needle dick Star Wars guy. So, you know, no worse people to be. Ultra fast loaders. I mean, I'm tempted. This is actually probably something that would be useful though. I say again, we still have got 0 235s. Two, three, four, sorry. We need 1, 2, 3, 4 before we can start getting the other stuff. And then we start getting everything turned into 2, 3, 4. We start getting a bunch of 2, 3, 4 that we need to like reclaim or redeem. Which is a different problem. BRB everyone, I've just got to go take care of something real quick. And sorry again for that, everyone. So, who wants too much information? Not about just now, just before. Great, everyone, love it. So, this Monday, I didn't stream. I was going to stream, didn't feel well. And because I think I gave myself food poisoning or something to that effect, somehow I got some sort of sickness. And I was not down with that sickness. My tummy has not been feeling particularly great since, and so I was like, oh, I don't know. You know, you're at that stage of sickness where you don't, to put it crassly, where you don't trust a fart. It's probably fine, but you don't want to be getting that one wrong on stream. Two musical references. Down with the sickness. I don't know that song at all, I'm afraid. I actually don't know that song at all. I just know the reference. That's all the reference you're going to get from me on that one is. I actually do know the other song I went with. But anyway, there was, on Monday morning I woke up and I was like, I'm not feeling super great right now. So I went and hugged the toilet for a little bit, as you do when you're sick. And there's that wonderful time where you've got some sort of food poisoning where you go, I gotta throw up and I gotta poo. You know, sorry, I don't have a better way to put that. I have to, I just have to do things, and I don't know which one's coming out next, but I don't want to get it wrong. Anyway, this is the too much information part. Welcome to my stream. Oh, hey, we found some 234. Yeah, evacuating from both ends at once. That works too. So the good news is I didn't mess it up. But there was just that moment that I was just like, I don't know what's about to happen here, but I don't want to get it wrong. And I didn't. But, and then like I came back to bed and Panda's like, you know, concerned Panda, obviously. Like, are you okay? And I told her I'm never drinking again. She's like, what? You don't drink? And I'm like, I know that, but awfully. I don't want full cargo. Future, is there a trash can in the bathroom? No. But I see the plan. Oh my god, Glacier. You genius. I see the plan. Yeah, I see it. And I'm like, that's probably the answer, isn't it? Greater than or equal to 50. Yeah, no, that's a good plan. $600. Now, I'm going to do all the refining not here. Like, the power plant will be down here, I imagine. That's probably a good place for a power plant. Is there landfill in this game? Yes. It's just sand and stone. That's not difficult to make. In some ways, Glacier, well, I agree with you, that's probably the smart way to do it. Isn't the fun of, like, going, ooh, what's going to happen? Isn't that just kind of entertaining? The answer is no, not really, but... You know what? I was like, go with me here, but probably don't. That's not fun. You know what? I agree. Do I want to... do I want to start making Coverix enrichment? I think I'd be a fool not to. Why are we sleeping? Because I don't have power. Okay, understand. Probably a good thing to have. The fuel reprocessing. Oh good, it makes 2, 3, 4. Okay. Stay here for a second while we power this. Wait, it's still not on? Huh. Now is it on? Now it's on. Okay. I feel like I deserved that. Okay, I'd like to start refining my stuff. I've got a centrifuge around here somewhere. Yeah, I know. I know. I always forget you gotta do them too. Look, I don't use loaders. Fine. And then after this, then we've got to figure out how to do the arcane engine. How's the metal going, by the way? It ran out. How'd the deep core metals resources go? Ran out. Oh. Shreds, you say? What about his wife? To shreds, you say? Just make sure the centrifuge is what I want here. Up a priority that way, okay. Get to the centrifuges going. Now, it is a slightly different way. Normally would. Yeah, I've run out of things. That's fine. Grab all the happy rocks. Yep. Power that up. Okay. Two, three, four rocks could go that way. This is where we're going to do a little bit of a trick. I'll put priority that way, sir. Otherwise, I would like to start putting them in a solemn receptacle. Then we're going to put the 2, 3, 5 rocks. That makes sense. There. Nope. That's not making sense. Go that way. Really? No, it was right. Oh, these rocks I just picked up. 2, 3, 8s. Put them in there. Yeah, that's correct. Okay, cool. Input priority is that side as well. That's going to take a little while to get itself together. In the meantime, the fact that it's doing anything means I can probably steal these rocks. You know what? I don't need to steal all the rocks. 20 rocks will probably suffice. Go. While the 2, 3, 4 rocks start spreading. That'll be fine, probably. Yeah, I'm just gonna trust it'll be fine. I'll just say it'll be fine loudly enough and I'll believe it. What is my train doing? It's stuck somewhere. If someone didn't put the required signaling. Great, the Q train stopped because I failed to signal. I knew that was going to happen at some point. Okay, we have a problem. That has not changed in a while, which means it's broken. I knew there'd be a particular combination where it would fail on. I just don't know what it is. Fine. just got a gap in my armor here. What was my plan with that? The answer is I didn't have a plan. Let's not pretend that I did. BRB everyone. Alright. That's been fixed. Amanda came to get, she made a concoction of like a type of banana muffin. She wanted me to try it. And I wasn't going to say no. I am not a monster who would say no to a muffin concoction. Pretty tasty. No surprise. I feel like this is supposed to be... No, I think that's right. And the amount of crappy ore that you get when doing this. Now, I know you're not really requesting this, but I want to go back down there. Yay! Make a train take me down there. This is UltraCube? This is UltraCube. I feel like we're doing pretty well. Action card seemed to have stopped for some reason. Oh, it's probably because of I thought didn't we just make a whole bunch of this stuff? I thought we did. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay. I was gonna start running through that one soon enough. Okay, cool. I think we're about ready to turn this thing on. Yeah, I hate those trees. Get out of here, trees. I think we've got everything we need. So now I've just got to wire up the... Now I just have to wire the station up. And then probably figure out why this is working. Yep, it's absolutely broken. Oh, we're using all my crystals as well. That's a shame. I think it's the twos. Once it takes that off, it has a problem. What I need this to do is actually start a timer. That is probably the correct thing to do. Starts a timer, and then once the timer is set, then it's... Okay, we'll come back to that in a moment. So, if deep solution... And there's one more that I need to worry about. Is there though? Oh, S. That's ore. Greater than 600. Hey, Marsh. If that's greater than... Why is this babyface stream on this channel? What are you talking about? I actually do not know. I never have a beard. I just have stubble when I'm lazy. Greater than 1200. No. Yeah, 1200 is correct. And that's gotta be greater than, I don't know, 1800. Leaned all the way back. Oh yeah, it's just I've got a very small head. Okay, that's actually way funnier. Hello, I am Little Head. Okay. Output check. Allow this to become a cube station. Hey Zoe, the combinator is still making you ill. It's still making you ill. I still need to work on it apparently. So that's not great. The doubles are the problem. Yeah, I see, because my chest doesn't go back as far, so it kind of gives you a weird perspective. Yeah, I can see that. Not really baby face as so much as baby head. Oh, BRB, I'm going to see the muffins again. Okay, I'm going to show off the muffin that Panda's been making. It's like this. It's... Okay, the cats are totally in my way right now. Out of the way, cats. It's like brown sugar, it's a muffin. It is burning my fingers because it's... I know, but I needed to show it off to your adoring fans. If you took over the channel, they'd be much happier, I guarantee it. Yeah, it'd be a terrible Factorio stream. Yeah. Shall I give it a go? I know, that's why I'm using the little fork you gave me. You gave me the fork because it's hot. I'm using the fork because it's hot. Zoe says, we love you, Panda. Odaba says, panda, 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 panda. It is. I like the little crunch on top with the sugar though. Yeah, it's very cool. Cinnamon sugar, banana, apple going on in there. You can't taste the apple, but you told me it's there. Very good. Thank you. Yeah, that's alright. Doesn't need it. Thank you. As a watcher of Derek, yes, we all wait for Amanda. Yeah, exactly. I would love to get Panda to try Factorio, but it is really not her sort of game. I insist that it could be, but honestly, I would rather get her into Darkest Dungeon, because I think Darkest Dungeon she would probably enjoy more. Yeah, I'm that sort of person. Babe, you should totally try Darkest Dungeon. It'll be really fun. For one of us. I actually seriously think she would enjoy Darkest Dungeon. But I think she'd get frustrated. I don't know if she'd finish it. If you finished it, then I would be like absolutely, utterly amazed. But I think she'd still enjoy it for a while. Okay, we've used 10,000 cube. Should we discuss the normality and the international adaptation of the carb overload that's putting fries on bread? What, a chip butty? Wrong with a chip buddy? Chip butty, as I heard them originally called from a woman from Manchester. They're butty. It's very... I was a child, so it wasn't that amusing to me, but these days it's hecka amusing. Okay. Heckin' amusing. It is time. Un-American. Okay. I know what the problem here is. Which is, when it's trying to do a double color, it doesn't do it properly. But watching them when they went full WoW. Use a French accent. I don't know if I can use a French accent. Okay, you know what the answer is here? It's so much more obvious. It's not a counter. It needs to be going 1, 2. Every second one it needs to be doing. It doesn't count here. It counts every swing. That's what I should be doing. So, time to count swingers. Can I count swingers? False. Oh, output. Okay. So, you can't do WoW anymore, Derek and Amanda. I did WoW too long. Classic during COVID. You need to stay away from that shit. I played my fair share of WoW. I've got my Wrath of the Lich King mouse pad over here that I've been using since Wrath of the Lich King came out, and I got the Clicks edition. Okay. So, first things first, we're turning this off. How? How do we turn this off? I actually do not know how to turn this off. Okay. So, that's my counter. Did the train cube just go through a train cargo wagon? It might have. Looking that it's at the metal refining place, it goes in and then it goes back out again usually. Because it sees if it needs to make more metal. Okay, so let's go back into that again. Can't do WoW anymore. Yeah, I played some WoW in the past. I didn't ever get too much into it. But yeah, look, I enjoyed my time in the WoW space. Okay. So that counts those. It can be used far away if signal something other. I don't know what you mean. Okay, and then that goes, check that. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, is that right? Oh no. We actually do need it to be doing this for now. We do need to actually be running it right now. If something or other is true, I'd try and go somewhere else, drop a cube off. Kind of the opposite. Yeah, okay, so you're asking about the cube mechanics. I'll talk about that real quick because it's easier to do than what I'm doing. So, in this case, the train always goes to cube, and then if the cube's in it and it's not doing anything for 2 seconds, then the train will go to cube null. At that point, it'll either go to another cube or it'll go to the waiting station. So if the cube comes in here and it goes, actually, we still need the cube because this says, do we have enough metal? Can we make more metal? If we can make more metal and there's space for it, then we throw the cube back out again to make more. Otherwise, if it isn't, it's going to sit there for a few seconds and just rush off to another station that's on. At that same time, this station will be off, so it can't come back here. We currently have... Wow, okay, only one station is currently on. That's pretty good, actually. That one's off. That one's off. So, yeah, when it makes enough metal, it's going to go and try to deal with my uranium stuff. Output. Station. I want that to be 2, I think. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay. That's good. It's just doing the same thing over and over again right now. That's okay. We're wasting some resources. It's fine. Yeah, I gave up. I immediately didn't try to do a schedule because I just thought have the cube on its own track that it can't interfere with anything else, and then use priorities to encourage it. Like this place here, I always want this to be running, so the priority here is 80. Whereas this one's like my main base. There's a bunch of things linked to it. In fact, that's probably on now. It has a bunch of things linked to it, so if this is ever lit up, and as soon as the cube goes into a train and can leave, then it's going to come here, and because it's got a bunch of things it needs to do here. Right now, only gelatinous tar, but it works. Let's turn that off again. So, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Cool. Every time it is 1, if information... How do I do this? That's going to be a decider. If information is 1, I want you to spit out 1. But I only want it to do once. And likewise, we add the condition. And information. No. Yeah. And information not equal 1. So if information equals 1, another problem. Okay, let's turn it back on and see what happens. Oh god. Okay, no, we've clearly made a mistake there. Let's isolate that so it doesn't actually pick these up. Probably where I should have been. Okay, let's just pick these up real quick. Okay. Alright, so. The idea is this counts. I like that. This looks for divisible by 2. If this is divisible by 2, I want this to count up. I need a pulse signal. How do I do a pulse signal? I just want to count up once. I don't want to count up for all the ticks in the world. I mean, it'll certainly do something in that time. Hey, we made another 10. Because I imagine if we go an arithmetic combinator here, but this is going to be very silly, I think. We really should have just held on to a couple of them. So if we go qubit in, right, it doesn't actually do what I want to do. It just throws it on the ground like a fool. Okay, let's try that again. Yeah, see, there's your problem. I need to sanitize that. And then when I do this, it stops. Which is so close to what I wanted to do. I mean, alternatively, we just throw every signal into the room and eventually it'll work. There is a minor problem with that it's effing stupid, but that will do the job. So I need a way for it to add 1 and only 1. When the signal comes in, I would like it to add literally only 1. Signal sushi, it kind of is signal sushi. Because if we can add 1, then it will go through each of the combinations one at a time and it will be fine. but I don't know how to get it to do that. Because in the time that it does that, puts through about 100 numbers or so. It's not acceptable. I am so close, it's just this one combinator that's breaking on me now. Maybe the combinator is different. Maybe it's this that's breaking. That's fine. I'm happy with this. Because that is the thing that decides whether this counts up or not. Or this is the thing that jams it, which is good too. But how do I assign what this input signal is without it just being ridiculous? I'm hoping if I just keep saying this question, it'll make itself apparent to me. What if I just did something very stupid? Instead of counting, I just put things in a box, one to the other. That fires because of that one. That fires because of that one? Yeah. I find the reason I can't work out a combinator is because I'm too scared to be wrong about something. Might be worth trying stuff. I mean, we got here. So this, I think, is my problem. When we receive that signal, like it's very good at counting out rapidly, but I don't get to decide how many ticks it is, and nor am I going to be finicky about the number of ticks. I think that's very stupid. Something like this would probably work. But every time it receives that signal, it sends one tick. It reads hand contents, it doesn't set hand contents. Oh, that's not going to work then. I mean, quite frankly, if I do this, it's going to do something. And we're going to be counting on the powers of randomness. So if we just fire that off. No, you know what? I hate that. Although, it did just make the thing. So it's really just throwing random numbers up. It's a random number generator, essentially, at this point. And yet, it is still kind of making stuff. However, it did just jam. And it's going to do that, because it's reached the halfway point. Okay, so that was not a great idea at any point. And Q equals 0 at this point. Ah, right, yes, but it's going to be and. I'm not sure it was an idea so much as just giving up. Giving up is not a great plan. Okay, now it's just spitting out blue. We kind of anticipated that happening. I'm gonna leave that alone for a little bit. My brain. I might come back to that next stream. I'm gonna let my brain think about it for a little bit, and hopefully we come to a conclusion. What I would like to do, actually. Okay, you're working on that. You're working on that. You're making all the metal. I like that. What I would actually like to see is the cube come down here to make the bosons and fermions. So I might actually go and force the cube to do that, just so that way I can feel like I've done something. But now we're crossing giving up off the list. Oh, backwards Tony Robbins nonsense. Who's Tony Robbins? Oh, interesting. The cube actually should be able. It should be coming down here now, but it doesn't know how. Funny. I mean, I'm not giving up because I kind of have no option. I have to solve this problem, but I think this problem is better solved by me not trying to do it right now. It is an interesting puzzle that I will figure out. Or I'll brute force like arcospheres. Actually, it's already kind of brute forcing it. Okay, I've rescued the cube. No, cube, you can't go that way. Not safe. Why do you think you're allowed to go that way? O equals 1. Does O equal 1? O does not equal 1. So why did you go that way? O equals 1 another way. Oh wait, why does O equal 1? Have I used the same... Oh my god, I've used the same parameter twice. That's hilarious. Anyway. That's a fix for next stream. I just want to make some bosons and some fermions. Oh right, cubes in my position. Silly me. This is a little bit too far away to get. We have a minor problem here. That should not be outputting cubes. Or rather, it should only be outputting cubes. Cube. Okay, we had some slight teething issues there. The cube left in an unexpected way, which I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to be able to fix. Okay. Use filters, blacklist. Okay, so we lost the cube for a second there, but you know what? That could have happened to anyone. People lose cubes all day. I don't think that was my fault. Also, I think some of the fermions... Oh god, I've lost some fermions. They're just going around and around. Oh god, they think they're cubes. We have a minor fermion problem. The cube down here for a second. Your fermions are okay to touch. Okay. Try that again. Good. 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 I think we need to do that. Okay. We have a minor problem that it's not charged. I mean, that'll work because it's charged now. Okay, that's another problem. Cool. Let's look at it positive way. We've got some problems to fix. And if we didn't have any problems to fix, then why would we play this game? So look, that's a positive thing, right? We're gonna do this. So we don't know how we're going to send it back through here. Is the first problem. And the second problem is we don't know how to make it tick up by 1. Okay, that's, you know what, that's probably a good place to leave it. Gives me some good time to think. While I'm thinking about it right now, arcane engines, come on. Okay, arcane engines, the only real problem is that they require a bunch of stuff. So I will take that. It looks like the cube came back. I wasn't really anticipating that to happen. Arcane engines, the annoying thing is it just takes stuff. The good news is we have stuff. So arcane drive units will not be a problem to make. They're just going to be... They just need to rip the cube in half, make some arcane drive units, put the cube back together again. That's not a difficult thing to do. That's quite simple. Right, okay, and you have done these round the wrong way, that's fine. So, that has been done correctly. That one needs to be there. Go like that, and that just needs to go like that. Okay, cool, we fixed another problem there. The company will be moving forward in new and exciting ways. New, exciting, and terrifying ways, Zoe. Never discount the word terrifying in company propaganda. By taking away the word terrifying, you are limiting shareholders' excitement. And you don't want to limit shareholders' excitement, do you? Alright. Limiting shareholders' excitement. Yeah, but in my company, specifically my company, Zoe. That is a fair point, though. I love how it does little leapfrogs. Wasn't quite ready, I see. Like I've always said, if my shareholders aren't getting frisky, what am I doing being in business? Why are there red squares inside big red squares? This one? So, interesting thing, the cyclotron actually has a building inside it which is a cyclotron charge core. You don't actually power the building by powering this, you power it by powering this. And so the idea is it charges up about 240 megajoules of power over 80 seconds, and then it uses the 80 megajoules. It's quite interesting, it's like a accumulator inside a building that is only for that building. It's quite fascinating. It's an interesting, neat little concept. So see, this didn't have enough battery, so now it's sort of waiting for the power to slowly charge up again. But anyway, that is about time for my stream. I'm about done. It is. But otherwise, this thing would use up 240 megajoules in like 2 seconds. I think. Yeah. Anyway, this is about time we're going to be done for the night. I've got 2 massive problems I need to sort out. One of them is not actually that difficult. The other one, I literally do not know how I'm going to fix it, but that's okay. Circuitry. Fusion reactors. I haven't played with fusion reactors though, so I guess I've got to do that. But we will figure that problem out for next stream. I might do a couple of experiments, see if I can figure it out, but I got some... I'm close. I'm so close. If I could just figure out how to add 1. Maybe. The kids are treating me well, Maholic. It's actually something I've been really enjoying. Arithmetic combination can add 1. Turns out it adds about 250 in the time span. That's the problem. Am I the punch card reader? I am. It's very close to being done. It's just lacking. Oh, look, I was going to finish the stream, but I'll show you what I mean. You talking about this thing? I'm very close. The problem is I wanted to only have 1 or 2 things on, but if it's 1, that means it should be taking a second one. And that's where I'm running into the problem. So I want to say, hey, look, if there was only 1 thing, but you haven't found the second one, wait for the second one before putting something else on. But in doing that, it adds like 300 numbers to the thing while it waits for it, and that means the whole system goes out of whack. We have done it correctly 24 times, but it's run a lot more than that. So I think we're very close. Pulse does work for counting, but not for combinator to combinator, which is where my problem is arising. So what I'm actually wondering is if I do a spinny thing that is shorter than this. 2 different color wires. The 2 color wires are already being done for this. One for... oh, hang on. That wasn't working anyway. Yeah, I've already got a memory cell that counts only when it steps. But it's the second one that's the problem. That's alright, I'll figure it out. Oh yeah, it's not the easiest thing, I'll give you that. What does the building here need? 2 of something. And it changes every time. Anyway, I gotta call it here. Thank you very much for everyone for watching. We will talk about it later. If people want to discuss it, I'm more than happy to discuss it in the Discord channel. But if you've done it before, please no spoilers. I am really enjoying the puzzle. Yeah. If you don't know, I'm more than happy to discuss it. If you've already solved this, Real Django, thank you so much for the follow. It is really appreciated. Oh god. Here is the bot's dead? The bot's not dead. Oh, that bot's dead. Oh, okay. Anyway. What the shirt of Dub asked for this 3 minutes ago. We're doing catalysts. This is a little cat. It's catalyst. It's awesome. You never solved the last one, you just manually fed it. Are you talking about the punch card thing? Or is there another thing that I'm about to be terrified about? Okay, so social links, youtube.com/SeiferKatt. Thank you for manually posting at Soulburn. Thank you so much. You've also got the Discord link, which you can probably find in the below links. You can probably find the YouTube in the below as well. Here's the last science thing. Okay, well, don't spoil it for me. I'm looking forward to hating my life. Thank you, Soulburn. I truly appreciate it. I will next be streaming on Monday, provided I don't come down with the sickness yet again, which I don't anticipate. It was not fun the first time. It probably won't be fun the second time. Still recovering, honestly. What else to say? Yeah, so YouTube, going to be posting more Darkest Dungeon 2 Kingdoms in there. I'm enjoying that. It's fun. Which reminds me, I've got to add a certain little something something in there, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Knowing looks and glances. Need I say more? Know what I mean? Know what I mean? I've been playing my Magic 6 lately. I'll talk a bit more about that later. That's irrelevant to everything else that's happened in the stream so far. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see everyone next time. Take care.